Dear cosmic citizen from Earth and beyond the stars, welcome to this pilot series. Together, we'll travel through time, consciousness, and discover who we are, where we came from, and where we're heading next. This series unfolds in 3 episodes: The Truth About Us and the Journey on Mama Gaia, a remembrance of our origins and the sacred path we walk on Earth; The Lost Cities with their golden ages and traditions, a dive into forgotten civilizations, their golden ages, and the wisdom they left behind; and the divine road to the final golden age, our return to light, to unity, and the final and everlasting golden age of humanity. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and let the journey begin. Without any further ado, let's dive into the second episode of this pilot series, The Lost Cities with their golden ages and traditions, starting with a short recap. In the previous episode, we established that humanity once lived alongside beings from other atmospheres. Remember? Let's build on that idea for a moment, shall we? We often think we know our place in space, what it looks like and how it works. But hold on, when was the last time you were able to travel to the moon or even a little beyond our atmosphere? Well, I don't know about you, but for me, not in this lifetime yet. In fact, only about 0.0001% of all humans have ever been to space physically. Yet most people believe that space is just a black void sprinkled with a few planets. But how do we really know this? I mean, when was the last time you were able to confirm this yourself? Again, only 0.00001% have actually left Earth. Even here on Earth, okay? We believe we know everything from this planet, right? Yet in our hyper-connected world, vast parts of Earth remain completely closed to the public. Not because people aren't curious, but because access is tightly controlled, restricted, or simply not permitted. Take Antarctica. Technically, it belongs to no one. It is governed by the Arctic Treaty. But despite all nations claiming it's for science, you and I cannot simply walk into Antarctica freely. You cannot explore its interior, wander its ice valleys, or visit its suspected underground structures, right? Everything is approved, monitored, and escorted. Even satellite images, think about it. Satellite images of certain regions appear blurred or incomplete. No one asking the question? Come on, people. Wake up, come on. The North Pole tells a similar story. The magnetic pole is mobile, the geographical pole is inaccessible most of the year, and many flights are rerouted around it. Now why? What do they want to hide? Travel there requires special permits, military-grade equipment, or government-approved expeditions. The average human will never stand at the true pole, okay? And then there are Earth's forbidden caves, massive systems, some the size of skyscrapers, believe it or not. It's unbelievable that such massive structures exist beneath our feet. Okay, but they remain sealed off. And I ask again, why? Many are closed for safety reasons, yet the official explanations rarely satisfy deeper thinkers like you and I. Caves like Son Doong in Vietnam, the largest cave on Earth, the Mammoth Cave in the US with restricted branches, the Tejas Cave in Ecuador associated with ancient legends and expeditions, Derenguyu and the underground cities of Cappadocia in Turkey all raise the same questions. Why are some areas open while others remain strictly hidden? Why is that? And we haven't even touched on restricted islands, military no-fly zones, underwater ruins, deep-sea trenches, ancient tunnels found under cities worldwide. The mystery is simple. We live on a planet that is supposed to be fully mapped, but huge sections remain controlled, forbidden, or invisible to ordinary people. You know, we rely on what we're shown mainly by the media. That's our single source of truth. Okay? We place our trust blindly in those outlets, assuming they tell the truth, because after all, most of us will never see space or these closed areas on Earth anyway. Okay? So could it be that they're not telling the truth? The whole truth, that is? You might ask, why would they lie to us? Well, look at the foundation of our global structure, the monetary system. It's the backbone of control. Anything that threatens it is quickly dismissed or suppressed. Information that could expand our awareness is filtered out. Okay? Not to protect us, but to keep us uninformed and divided, because divide and conquer has always been an evil, yet powerful tool. It's a dark but powerful tool. Okay? Another thing I wish to discuss is how we look at spirituality. We often think of spirituality as something distant from everyday life, as if it exists outside of our reality. But all of us experience things that we brush off as coincidences, right? Like thinking about someone and a moment later they send you a message, just a coincidence. Or walking past a stranger and trying not to make eye contact, yet their presence feels so strong that you simply have to look. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it. Or imagining a product you want but can't afford, and suddenly it appears right in front of you in the supermarket with a huge discount. Okay? Oh, I'm in luck now. It's just a coincidence, right? Or a meeting gets cancelled at the perfect time simply because deep down you weren't ready for it anyway. Okay? This is spirituality in real life, folks. We try to avoid it, ignore it, or rationalize it. But these moments keep happening, right? Some people dream of events that later unfold in real life. Others have seen ghosts, apparitions, or strange anomalies they simply cannot explain. Whether we like it or not, spirituality is just as normal as brushing your teeth. We need to stop seeing it as a disconnected fantasy for less evolved people. Society tells us that science is for smart people and spirituality is for the foolish, which is nonsense. It is BS, okay? Even those who ridicule spirituality experience these things. They just call it coincidence or luck, okay? And it's much easier to agree with the popular opinion than to question the deeper truth behind these moments. Alright? Now, in the previous episode I mentioned diversity is something we should celebrate. Yet look around. We have Republicans and Democrats. We have left and right, us and them. There's a lot of hate against the LGBTQ plus community. There's still a lot of discrimination, unfortunately. Fans of different sport clubs really hate each other, okay? But we need to realize that this is by design. It's a powerful way of keeping us divided. Again, divide and conquer has always been an evil, a very dark, yet powerful tool, unfortunately, okay? Another tactic they use is fear. Try it yourself. Check your local weather authority or news feed. You'll likely find headlines about extreme weather, crisis, or danger. Go ahead and check it right now. Fear keeps people compliant and distracted, but it's time to wake up, dear cosmic family. You're powerful, you're magnificent. Use discernment when you consume news or so-called facts. Most of your beliefs have been shaped by the media, not by direct experience. So take a step back. All true knowledge is already within you. Trust your intuition and listen to your heart. Listen, if someone says the earth is flat, don't judge, folks. Simply say, I actually don't know for sure. This person could be right. Because honestly, all we know is what we've been told. And even the journalists who write about space or Antarctica have never been there themselves. Think about it. So listen with curiosity, research with an open mind, and remember that the greatest research lies within, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. In truth, we know that most of us won't be traveling into Antarctica or outer space physically anytime soon. But remember, the kingdom of heaven is within us. So what does that mean for traveling? Well, for that I need to tell a personal story. All right? When I was a child, I remember moments where I would float out of my body during my afternoon naps. It frightened me because at the age of 3 or 4, I couldn't understand or explain what was actually happening, so I said nothing to my parents. As a teenager, I began to feel energies and entities entering my head while I was half asleep. Sometimes I would start sleepwalking and my parents became worried. They even wondered if I was experimenting with drugs, but I wasn't. Now I realize what was truly happening. As a child, I was experiencing out-of-body travel. Can you believe it? As a teenager, I was channeling. There you have it. We are able to travel into outer space or even into other atmospheres, but only from within. Be still and know that I am God. Well, actually, I would even rephrase it to be still and know that we are God. Now, when you meditate regularly and learn to set clear intentions before sleep, you can choose to direct your dreams and even invite an OBE with conscious intention. That's what I learned recently, but at that time I was terrified, so I wished for it to stop, and it did, unfortunately. Looking back, I know these experiences were real. I don't claim to be an authority on out-of-body experiences or channeling, but I do know from my own experiences that these things are absolutely real. Okay, so yes, while we may not yet travel through space physically, and while visionaries like Elon Musk are doing everything they can to make that dream a reality for our children or even our grandchildren, we can already explore the stars spiritually. Okay? When you open the gift of your own OBE, you can travel beyond this world, a way to visit the higher realms, the spaces between worlds, and the very dimensions where the kingdom of heaven resides. But you should know that when you enter an out-of-body experience, the sensation can be overwhelming, even frightening, if you're not fully prepared. If you succeed, you find yourself resonating with the frequency of astral beings. Your senses expand, you may see in 360 degrees and travel anywhere instantly, beyond time, beyond form. It's a realm so unlike the physical world that as a child I was shaken to the core by it. But remember this, there is nothing to fear. An OBE and channeling are not strange or dangerous. They are natural gifts, beautiful abilities granted to us during this lifetime. They remind us that we are more than our bodies and that consciousness is infinite. Okay? Now that we understand this, let's journey into the golden ages and their ancient traditions. Our history books rarely mention these eras, right? There is no word about Lemuria, Atlantis, or Tartaria. It seems their stories, their wisdom, was not simply lost, but hidden on purpose. Let's explore the timelines. Today, I will remind you of these golden ages. The following golden ages are not myths or legends. They are chapters of our true history, believe it or not. Starting with the Lemurian era, which was global, between 18 million and 2 million BCE. The Atlantean era, also global, between 200,000 and 10,000 BCE. Kem, or ancient Egypt, partly global, super advanced, between 36,000 and 2000 BCE. The Sumerian era, which was Vedic, partly global, also super advanced, between 7000 and 2000 BCE. And the Tartarian era, almost global, between 1000 and 1800 CE. There you have it. But as we concluded in the first episode, humanity separated from the ape lineage between 6 to 7 million years ago. Yet the highly advanced civilization of Lemuria is said to have existed from around 18 million BCE, right? So something doesn't add up here. Could it be there is a bug in the data? Or are modern human beings far older than we've been told? Did intelligent life truly thrive in 18 million BCE, or did consciousness only arise 200,000 years ago? Both can be true, right? One of these stories must be incorrect. I believe we are much older. Our intelligence did not suddenly appear, it re-emerged. To dismiss these golden ages as mere fantasy is exactly what the dark forces want you to do. Why? Because they don't want humanity to rediscover its full potential. Why would they allow people to become leaders of their own lives when keeping us as economic slaves maintains their control, right? Now let's be clear. The time periods of these golden eras are estimations. The exact dates may be uncertain, yet traces of truth remain in ancient texts and beneath the oceans. But the exact details are already within you. The kingdom of heaven is among us. Remember? When we raise our frequency, we begin to remember, and in that remembrance, the truth of the golden ages will arise. So information about our golden past was suppressed intentionally by dark forces, also referred to as the Cabal. Because once humanity remembers its true origin, we will no longer accept the current structure on Earth. I can promise you that. These golden civilizations were highly advanced, far beyond what our modern world can even imagine. Okay? So let's dive into them, shall we? Within these civilizations, humans lived side by side with descendants of our ancestors and also with cosmic beings from other atmospheres, other frequencies, and even other points in time and space. Their leaders were enlightened beings. Okay? They maintained energy centers where every disease could be healed instantly. Homes were powered by free energy, their temperature regulated automatically. People traveled by silent skycraft that produced no pollution, only light. Okay? There were light temples, places of healing, peace, and rejuvenation. People worked only on what they were passionate about. So powerful. Water was pure and abundant. Food was living, vibrant, and full of light. These cities were truly futuristic, so advanced that even today it's hard for us to fully comprehend. Their technology was not just mechanical, it was spiritual. They mastered energy, sound, light, and consciousness. Their wisdom exceeded our current understanding of both space, science, and spirit. Now I realize that some of you may need a bit more context. In the first episode, I spoke about the Galactic Federation and about humans who once lived in harmony with cosmic beings from other realms. I also mentioned that many sci-fi series serve a deeper purpose, not merely entertainment, but education. Right? Let's explore that idea further. The US military has officially released footage of unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs. The House Oversight Committee Task Force has been conducting multiple hearings on this subject. Numerous whistleblowers have come forward testifying under oath. Among them is David Grush, a respected former US Air Force intelligence officer who publicly stated that the US government has recovered non-human craft and even non-human biologics from crash sites. Okay? Could it be that these ancient civilizations and these modern revelations are connected? Are we slowly remembering what was once common knowledge in the Golden Ages? On May 18th, 2011, an unknown YouTube user named Ivan0135 posted 4 mysterious videos. In them, you can see actual footage of extraterrestrial beings recorded between 1942 and 1969. Can you imagine? If you want to find these videos yourself, simply type @Ivan0135 directly into YouTube. These videos have been analyzed multiple times by different people and they seem authentic. Then, on February 18th, 2024, he posted something extraordinary. An actual interview with an extraterrestrial being. It's the first part of 4 videos. If you haven't seen them yet, go watch them. Keep an open heart, let your intuition guide you. Now, let me share something personal as promised in the first episode. Remember? My own encounter. Listen, during the COVID period when everyone was working from home, I often went for walks after work to clear my head. One evening around 1900 hours, at the beginning of the winter, I went for another walk. The sky was clear, the air was calm, everything seemed ordinary. Until I stopped walking, because I saw 2 moons. Yep, I saw 2 moons next to each other. I kid you not. Okay? When you witness something like that, time itself seems to freeze. A man walked toward me, passed by, and continued on. He must have seen me staring upward, but he didn't even look. I didn't take my phone from my pocket because I didn't want to miss a single second, and then it happened. The moon on the right tilted slightly, maybe a quarter of a degree. It shifted shape, becoming more oval, and then slipped behind the real moon. A moment later, it reappeared on the left side of the moon, then began to accelerate until it vanished behind the clouds. So the next day, I searched online for information about, 2 moons, obviously. And to my surprise, I found a video of another man describing the exact same phenomena. Well, what struck me most was not just what I saw, but what I felt, or rather, what I didn't feel. No excitement, no panic. Just a strange, peaceful stillness. And I didn't feel like telling anyone. That felt odd because normally I would want to tell everybody what I just saw with my own eyes, obviously. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm sharing this information, my story, publicly. Okay? I've seen and heard so much in my life, from fake alien videos to truly unexplainable phenomena. And I know I'm not alone. Countless people have come forward to share what they've witnessed. So I ask you, how much more do we need to see before we start believing what's right in front of us? Why do we keep waiting for our governments to confirm it? Just a small group, the government, your government. Is the government God? Are they truly the single source of truth to you? Why do we doubt our own eyes, our own experiences, and those of others, especially when it concerns millions of others? Okay? Do we really think that millions of people are making all this up just to seek attention? Believe me, it's no joyride to be mocked or ridiculed. Okay? It's not as if all of a sudden those people become famous and millionaires, billionaires, and everyone loves them. No, not at all. They're being mocked and ridiculed, to repeat what I just said, okay? And despite the backlash, people keep coming forward. So as far as I'm concerned, disclosure has already happened a long time ago. Do we really need an official government announcement to make it real? I'll leave that question for you to answer. As for me, I've already made my decision. I know that cosmic citizens from other atmospheres are real. As real as you and I. Okay? And I also know they can learn from us as well. We are not lesser beings. Okay? We are not their pets. Okay? Yes, most of them are far more advanced, but they do not underestimate us at all. They understand something deeper, that we all are equal and that we're all learning from each other. Okay? That the universe itself is a grand classroom and that Earth is one of its brightest lights. The way we love and care for our pets is truly remarkable, let me tell you. We create specialized food for them. We even have doctors and hospitals dedicated to their well-being. Some of us go as far as building hotels for our pets. That's wonderful, okay? This level of compassion is quite unique in the universe. Many civilizations from distant worlds feel no empathy toward animals whatsoever. Okay, they couldn't care less. And yet, we too are far from perfect. I know. We still kill animals for their skin, to make coats and accessories. We consume their flesh and fish, often without gratitude or awareness. So no, humanity is not perfect. We still have a long journey ahead. Now let's go back to the golden eras. Inventors like Nikola Tesla rediscovered fragments of lost ancient technologies and began experimenting with free energy. Tesla even built an energy tower capable of supplying power to everyone nearby. But his work was stopped by the cabal. They confiscated his research and destroyed his energy tower. How evil. Why would you do that? Thus began the false matrix on Earth, launching during the industrial age. Okay, now the false matrix was designed to control humanity through illusion. It consists of rewritten history from dinosaurs to humans, artificial languages created to divide people and distort the natural flow of cosmic truth, mind programming through education and media, blocking starseeds from remembering their purpose, fear-based storytelling to keep the masses subdued, suppression of sacred knowledge about reincarnation, extraterrestrial life, golden eras, and our divine self, erasure of wisdom about energy healing and free energy, and the true secrets of the universe, obviously, sound, light, and frequency, economic enslavement through a global monetary system in which we live till now, okay? Listen, think about this. Many people believe that life must be a struggle. They think work isn't meant to be joyful and that pleasure belongs only to weekends and holidays. They spend their best years working tirelessly in jobs that drain their spirit. And when they grow older, companies discard them, no longer seeing their value. It's sad but true. I've heard many stories of people who passed away shortly after retiring, as if their life force had been entirely poured into their old job. Okay? These might sound like extreme cases, but they are not rare. You will find examples everywhere around the world. Because the false matrix was never built to empower humanity, it was designed to consume human energy. Listen, we live for weekends, count down to vacations, and feel anxiety the night before returning to work. Wow, what a party. It's a celebration here on Earth. Wonderful, right? Yes, I know, some people do love their jobs and receive energy from what they do. But in the grand picture, that remains an exception. Because in truth, the monetary system is still a modern form of slavery. Our true essence is abundance. Remember? Let that sink in. We come from a realm of infinite creation, also known as heaven. Listen, we've all heard of the Great Flood and other cataclysms that reshaped the earth. But these were not natural events. Let that truth settle within you. The destruction of those advanced civilizations was carefully planned and executed by the Cabal. How? Well, it may be difficult to believe, but they possessed alien technology capable of triggering global disasters. Okay? They spread the lie that Atlantis fell because of evil technologies that angered God. But replace God with the Cabal and you'll begin to see the truth. Okay? Who are they? And why would they end civilizations that had already achieved harmony, wisdom, and free energy for all? That, dear cosmic citizens, is the mystery we must uncover. The Cabal consists of negative beings, some of the most powerful people on Earth, supported by dark entities from other realms. We know them by many names: the Freemasons, the Illuminati, and others who move unseen behind the curtains of power. When they witnessed the golden eras of Earth, they feared those radiant civilizations, for they saw humanity's awakening, rising in harmony and love. To them, that was a threat. Negative beings often fear that others might harm them the way they harm others. They cannot perceive the power of love because their world is built upon fear. Okay? In those divine times, humans lived in peaceful harmony with their ancestors and cosmic visitors from distant atmospheres. They walked side by side, sharing wisdom, energy, and creation. Those were truly sacred days. But after watching these golden eras rise and fall repeatedly, the Cabal made a drastic decision. They would install a monetary slave system on Earth with success, locking humanity into a cycle of dependency and control. The dawn of the false matrix started with the Industrial Revolution. Moving on. Now, Mother Gaia is rising again, raising her vibration into higher dimensions. The Galactic Federation has fought a long and quiet battle for the liberation of Earth from those negative forces. The good news is, the light is winning. Many dark leaders have been quietly removed from their position of power. Their communication channels with negative ETs have been cut off. The Galactic Federation now blocks all harmful entities from entering or influencing Earth. The Cabal has lost its most powerful allies, and that means, as we enter the next golden era, it will be permanent. Finally, let us remember who we once were. There were times when different beings lived together in peace and harmony. Times when great inventions flourished, technologies that worked with, not against the natural world. To move forward, we must rise beyond division. We must stand together as one family. All cultures, all religions, all political perspectives, all sexual orientations, and all skin colors. Every soul must hold hands and stand together, united in love. We must live the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King. For only through unity we can welcome our cosmic brothers and sisters here on Earth. When we do, the Galactic Federation will feel safe to visit us openly. Some of us will join them as ambassadors, engineers, healers, and explorers. There will be ground workers on Earth and space cowboys among the stars. Together, we will rebuild society into one that honors light, truth, and love. Let that resonate deeply within you. Now, recently I came across a video by Claire Thackeray titled Channeling a Human from the Future. In it, she channeled a human from the year 2225. Wait a minute, what? 2 centuries from now. And the message is nothing short of extraordinary. The video had a huge impact on me. I became absolutely obsessed with the information Meredith from the year 2225 shared. I went to bed with it, woke up with it. That made me realize that I came back from the future to experience this moment in time. Listen, we will dive deeper into this subject in the next episode. Please take a moment to watch that video from Claire Thackeray. You will not be disappointed, I promise. In the next episode, we'll explore some of the revelations she shared and how they connect to our story, the story of Earth's return to light. I want to express my deepest gratitude to all the amazing channels and vloggers on YouTube and beyond who helped me find my own path. You have truly changed my life for the better through the beautiful 5D work you bring into this world. I won't name everyone individually, but I must say the GFL station has been my bedrock lately. In the previous episode, we took a deeper look into our forgotten history, the truth about who we really are. In this episode, we have focused on the rise and fall of the Golden Ages. My purpose is to help you remember your own divine power, your cosmic heritage, and the truth that long ago we lived side by side with beings from other atmospheres in peace and harmony. Together we will create wonders, incredible technologies, and higher ways of living. The way our planet functions today is built upon scarcity, maintained by the monetary system. Money and trade have become so deeply woven into our daily lives that many of us can no longer imagine a world without them. To most people, such a world feels like a utopia, a distant, impossible dream. But here's the truth. The utopia you imagine is not fantasy, it's memory, a reflection of our golden past and a glimpse of our future. Okay? Roughly 2 centuries from now, humanity will once again live in a utopian world, a world without fear, without poverty, and without separation. My mission is to help create that world together with you sooner rather than later. We stand at a crossroad in history as we slowly move away from the concept of physical money and towards energetic exchange, collaboration, and unity. That's why I started this channel, to remind you of our golden past and to awaken the knowing that we are destined for greatness. You are a spark of the divine. Well, that means you are the divine. You are loved by God, and at the same time, you are the one who loves you. We are reflections of the same light, walking each other home. My name is Raoul Oosterlen, and these videos were recorded in the Low Countries. I truly appreciate you, and thank you for being part of this awakening.